when you're not muscling. They call it freak when you're not muscling. They call it freak when you're not muscling. They call it freak when you're not muscling. They call it freak.
Man, we back and we back and we back again. Hey, we back with more bangers on the late night tip. You know how I do it with my main man, Level Up Sports 10. What's up with my guy Mossberg, man? How you doing?
Man, pretty good on the late night side, man. Just March Madness. That's all I could say, FanDuel. Zay. I just been March Madness out. I've been watching so much basketball. I probably will dream about a basketball and think I'm at a tip-off when I wake up in the morning. That's how much basketball has been going on. But it's good to see you, man. I feel like it's been about a couple weeks, but definitely good to see you, man.
Man, you just was reading off my mind for real, because really don't nobody come to the game like how we do with these late streams. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely got to give these people more of it, because it be raw, it be solid, and it be authentic. You know what I mean?
Authentic, yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, but look, man, you know, it's been a lot of college basketball action going on. March Madness going crazy. Woo woo. So we're gonna jump right into it. Like we ain't never left from it, because we were just on stream, me and the real WTP Sports dude himself. We chopped it up about a little bit of things earlier. And before we get into it, though, I want to definitely still give a shout out to Parlay Poe and T1, aka Mr. Somebody Else themselves. But with the first game on the docket, man, of tomorrow, from the matchups that we got going into tomorrow, and that's what we're gonna be running through for the people for real, and how we see these matchups going to, how they're gonna turn out, and what we seeing from these teams, and what we look for going into tomorrow. So we're gonna go ahead and start with the South region, man. That 9-1 matchup between Creighton and Auburn. Man, how do you feel about Auburn? How do you feel about Creighton? Who you think gonna win this game, man? Just give me that hot grease.
I'm gonna give you the hot grease. I'm gonna give you the Crisco. If anybody know about that,
I know about that Crisco. Hey, that Crisco done went up about $4.
I say this is probably gonna be one of the bangers, because we spoke about the big man for Creighton. We spoke about him. I've been watching him since he was a freshman. Big Kalkbrenner, and that's a 3-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year, 7-footer as well. And I think Broome is going to be up against probably the biggest task he's faced, not all year, but in his college career. When I say Kalkbrenner, you're talking about feet stat. You speak of Hall of Famers, Alonzo Mourning, Patrick Ewing. You know, those guys did these things in the Big East. For him to come in and do that as a freshman and continue that, and he still have another year to do another bid on that, I mean, it speaks volumes of the type of player he is. So I have Auburn, but here, right now, live, they can rewind the clip, whatever they want. Pop a fifth of the bottle side. I'm taking Creighton. On my bracket, I have Auburn, but I'm going with Creighton. I feel like they have something special when it comes to this game tomorrow night.
Hey, man, listen. I ain't gonna lie. You know how I'm coming with it, Mossberg. You know I got Creighton in my Final Four. I said this is the upset of the March Madness bracket that everybody was gonna see first, and everybody I thought they was gonna remember it, because I talked about that 7-footer. People ain't want to believe me, I don't think. You know, but I like everything else that Creighton got. They shoot the leather off the ball, bro. Hey, that dude, that boy Jam Neal. I mean, what can we say? In that Louisville game, he had 29 points, 12 rebounds at the guard position, though. He had 12 rebounds at the guard position. So I don't care where it come from, for real. It just need to come from somewhere. And they got guys that it might be his game. It might have been his game against Louisville, and it might be somebody else's game against Auburn. But I just know that 7-footer is a nightmare matchup, and I got full faith and trust in the guys around to do enough to win this game, especially with the sporadic guard play from Auburn. Like, I mean, if it wasn't for Kelly for real, I don't know what they would have did. I don't really know what they would have did for real in that game, bro. And that's just me being honest. Like, but we definitely still in March, so really, you got National Player of the Year up for the running. He probably leading the way for real, honestly. But this is another thing too that I see. Usually, you just need one other guy to show up, and they got guys, so I can't just dismiss what the hell happened. You feel me? Because they got guys, and it might have been just Kelly's night. It could be somebody else's night the next time. But one thing I do know is Johnny Broom gonna have his hands full with that 7-footer.
Yeah.
And regardless if he win that matchup or not, somebody else better show up, because I got faith that he gonna show up at least. Even if he don't win his matchup. I got faith that he gonna show up. Go ahead.
People, I didn't mean to cut you off. I think
you good.
I think a lot of people is going to really see how, well coached Creighton is as a team, but they're going to see Kalkbrenner. And I think, when you think of players, I've seen a highlight of Johnny Flynn from Syracuse years ago.
Oh, he was cold. He was like a bowling ball type of dude, could shoot the three. Oh, I remember Johnny Flynn.
In the Big East tournament and how he improved his stop. Now, I think this is another one of those players, Kalkbrenner. I think this tournament, he's improving his stock. If you think about the Louisville game, think of how he was able to really move and show his athleticism without having to move many ways. His IQ is so heavy.
So can I touch on that before you keep on going?
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
I said one thing about him. I was like, man, he caught the ball on the top of the key, and I wasn't really hip to him all the way. But I was like, when I seen this, I was like, man, he remind me of Frank Kaminsky, kind of. Like, and that's no slight. Frank Kaminsky, when he was a lottery pick, he just didn't pan out in the NBA, but he was an NBA player. Yeah. He caught the ball and took his man to the cup. To do that as a 7-footer ain't no easy slight. Yeah. So I was like, man, he's a matchup problem, because if you got a little dude on him, he's gonna take him to the post. If you got a bigger dude on him, he might pull out to the perimeter and he might swing it, set a pick, and then he might catch it. He might just take you to the cup. It's multiple different aptitudes that he can eat you up. You know what I'm saying? So that's a whole attribute in himself. But keep going, my brother.
I think I like the way you said that too. And then one thing you haven't seen yet is a jump shot. He has a jump shot too. So once this game tips off, I think a lot of people is going to be surprised if they see him step out and expect him to go straight down low. I just feel like, even though I know I have Auburn advancing again, this Creighton team is a problem. You said it. I know you have them going to your Final Four, and I have nothing against that. I think they're a very dangerous team, and I just can't wait till this 7-10 tip-off. It might take to 7-20 just because of the previous fireworks and other games, but just because of that, this game being that big, it might shut the lights down before the game starts. It's just that big of a game to me.
Hey, and just to tap on to what you were saying before we move on, bro, we got to understand, clock is right 2 times a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We ain't always gonna pick the right thing every time. You feel me? So your opinion is just as valid as mine. When we come to these games, I just like the Creighton. Like, Creighton could be a better basketball team than Auburn, or Auburn could be a better basketball team than Creighton. But who gonna win tomorrow, or the day they play? You know what I'm saying? That's what it matters. That's what matters. So you know what I mean. Everything you saying is valid, dog.
I think we both, and the crazy thing, I know we both, like, we talk a lot about this Auburn team, and I think we both had that same thought all the way even up to this point in this season. And I'm picking them just because at this point it's Auburn, it's a top seed, the cards fall the way they do. But like I said, I'm
Yeah.
like, this is one pick. I was in my brackets like, I think I want to. If I could go back and change one pick right now, it would be this pick, Creighton over Auburn. I just think they're
It,
out, man, and they can go. And if you realize this has been a team that's been together for these few years,
yeah.
but they've only added a few pieces, and those pieces that they've added has stayed within that Creighton. What is it? That Creighton way, in other words, and have adjusted, and they on the go for a path. And Creighton could be the new type of Gonzaga team that we know. Then Creighton could be on the road to something different now. So definitely interested and looking forward to this game for sure.
All right, well, let's keep it moving, pushing forward. We're gonna stay in the South region, man. So the winner of both of these games is probably gonna meet up and play. So we're gonna keep it pushing forward. We got 5 seed Michigan versus Texas A&M at 5:15, and they in the 5:15 slot. So they're actually playing before that Creighton and Auburn game. So they'll probably be in the same gym watching each other too. You know what I mean? So they'll be able to get their scouting reports right. But what you think about this game, man? I don't know. This is another banger though on the slate. It's another banger for real.
Another banger.
The first one was a banger.
And then this one here, we got the mighty Big Ten versus the mighty SEC.
Ooh.
It's the first tournament matchup in the round of 32. SEC, Big Ten.
No. Hold on. It ain't the first matchup though.
Okay.
We got earlier games. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But it's the first matchup of that region though.
In this region here, which is one of the regions that we spoke on, which they feel is top to bottom the best region. So this could be a matchup to go back and look at. Now you got to think 5-4. I like Michigan. I like the bigs. I like the way Donaldson stepped up. I think I'm not going to say that was a Trey Burke shot because it's too early in the tournament. Nothing against Donaldson. We talking Michigan. Burke is one of the top guards ever in that Michigan uniform. I feel straight out of the Columbus, Ohio. And he wear that number. What number does Donaldson wear?
I don't know. But we know we got to talk about Parlay Poe and what Parlay Poe said about Donaldson.
Talk to me.
He said he was wishy-washy. He said sometimes he be hitting, sometimes he be turning that thing over, and sometimes he gets sporadic. So, I mean, one game ain't going to judge it for me because I felt like they should have probably won that game more, even though I said that was the part of the bracket I thought was the scariest for higher seeds because I thought that both of them teams, UC San Diego and I thought Yale, were both underrated, and people might not watch smaller time basketball, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was, even though they both escaped, you see how close them games was. It wasn't no joke.
Yeah, and I agree, and I know Parlay Poe talk about that now. And one thing how I've looked at Donaldson, and these has just been the last 2 games, Big Ten championship tournament. If you're watching the last 5 minutes, if you get a chance, watch those last 5 minutes of those 2 games. Tell me how many turnovers you see, and tell me who makes the difference on that Michigan team more just in those 2 games. I like Wolf, but I like how Donaldson has stepped up and proved himself in the late minutes of the games to where I know he's had those turnovers, but in these last minutes, he's becoming more of a factor because of the speed and him hitting big shots and keeping the offense moving and going and keeping that ball, in his hands. So I'm definitely going with Michigan in this one.
Hey, I feel you, man. And listen, like I said, I respect your opinion on this, but we got to understand another thing too, in a different aspect of this. And I have Michigan in my bracket, but I've currently switched my pick to Texas A&M, because
they've been balling.
Listen, and I got a reason behind why. Wade Taylor, the 4th, he's the most experienced guard that's going to be on the floor. He's a senior, he's battle tested. He's been an all conference type of guard. that we done seen. But the kid Payne that came off the bench and just came in balling though, like he just came in balling, bro. Like I seen a little bit of Texas A&M. I ain't see that dude though.
Yeah.
Now when that dude show up first round of the tourney and all the money on the line, nah, you showed me something. Now you trying to play. I feel like you trying to play yourself, your mom into a house now. Like that's the vibe I got from it.
Yeah.
So I like what I seen. I thought them dudes at Michigan played underneath their abilities. I thought some of them dudes at Texas A&M played over top. They play extra over top of their abilities. And that's a little momentum. You know what I mean? And you know how hoop is, Moss. We'd always been hoopers. When you get that rhythm and you throw that rock into the ocean, you feel like you ain't going to miss. It is what it is. Yes. You know, sometimes it might be a rap. That dog is built in you. It's not put in you. You know what I'm saying? So
not one bit. It's there. It's in you. And
yeah.
See what you mean. He definitely came out with a different dog in him.
I love to see that. Hey man, we gonna go ahead and pivot though to the next region. You know, no, is this the next region? Yeah, this is the next region.
Yeah, I believe so.
Hold on. Oh, that game just went final. We're gonna skip that, come back to that. Matter of fact, we're gonna go ahead and insert this. We're gonna go ahead and insert this game because the matter of fact, I think I missed this game. We're gonna go ahead and tap into this Ole Miss. This the same region. We just don't know who gonna match up with New Mexico because you know New Mexico beat Marquette earlier. We tapped in on that, I think, a little bit. Michigan State though and Bryan is still going into their game though. It's about to be halftime soon. Oh, it's just the beginning of second half. So we don't know who New Mexico's matchup is gonna be, but we're just gonna tap into the Ole Miss Iowa State for now. You know, Ole Miss. Just get the viewers a little recap. Ole Miss beat North Carolina 71-64. Iowa State ran Lipscomb out of the building. Really, that was a decent game. The first half, like I said earlier. But how you feel about that Ole Miss, that 6 seed Ole Miss going up against that Iowa State 3 seed?
I'm gonna just say this. I got Iowa State. I had them winning. I know on our brackets we picked. I know I talked about North Carolina, but I had Ole Miss beating them, I believe. And with Iowa State, it was, what are they going to do? You know, I spoke on them prior to the tournament, their respective conference tournament. But when I seen them get the 3 draw, that could have been a draw that they wanted, kind of like how college football playoff, you would want that 5 seed. I think the 3 seed was best for them because now they get to come out, prove themselves, SEC team. What are you going to do against this SEC team? Are you going to knock them off? Are you going to step up and be that Iowa State team that we know you could be? Or are you going to fall back and let Ole Miss continue to be that powerful team that they have? Ole Miss has been a strong team, you know, so we can't negate that. It's been an up and down season for them, but they're definitely playing good at the right time. Iowa State have picked it up. So I'm going with Iowa State, hoping their guard play could step up. But that wing player, I know you know which one I'm speaking on. I hope he could get – if he could get hot, I think Iowa State can get dangerous.
Man, listen, you know I was high throughout the season on Iowa State, man. But really, I'm high on Ole Miss now, man. They was beating down on North Carolina. The score is not an epitome to what the game actually looked like for me. So I thought the boy Dia, he is a man child, and he was in foul trouble. So that's just one game. He was in foul trouble, but I thought he set the tone for that Ole Miss team the whole game. And when he caught the ball and he bully balled that little dude on North Carolina twice in a row, I was like, oh, he mean business. Hey, as soon as he did that, it was like politics. The refs start calling fouls on him. They like he got to get out of the game.
You can't do this, yeah.
You can't do this to this man. Like, you feel me? He's just grown man to do. Like, but like that's what I'm saying though. Like, I seen that, and then I see the lefty, the stretch big. I see him hit a couple threes, and then I see Padilla doing his thing. You know what I mean? So I'm just seeing different type of dudes. Like they got dudes. Like what I want to see is they're gonna put it all the way together because this is around the time with teams like this They just put it together and they go make a run. But they got everything they need. You need maturity, you need experience, and you need dogs. That's the main key for real. If you're talking about intangibles, you know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about skill. We talking about intangibles. You need all three of them things, and I think they really got it. They just got to put it together. But as far as like Iowa State, man, I was high on them early in the year, man. Uh, I ain't gonna lie, I don't see it no more. Yeah, they played Lipscomb, they beat them down, but I mean, they're not going. I don't think they're going to the Final Four no more. They might be able to get past this Ole Miss team, but do I see them really going to the Final Four anymore? No. That was an early pick that I had, mid-season pick that I had, and I still think that's a good basketball team. I just think they got flaws, you know. So I ain't gonna say as far as if well. I will tell people who I'll pick right now. Like right now, you know, seeing what I seen and knowing what I know,
Right.
I'm still gonna go Iowa State in this game because I think they're a deeper basketball team, honestly. Um, and they don't even play more players though. That's what's crazy. I don't think they even play more players, but I think they're a deeper basketball team in the aspect of versatility and all different types of things. So, but I think Ole Miss can win this game because I think they shoot the ball better, and shooting is a premium. You know what I mean? It's a premium. So, especially when you get to this time. But I think Iowa State, they get defensive stops when they need to. So that's how I feel. But I wouldn't be surprised if it swung either way in this game. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
Yeah.
You got any more thoughts on that game?
Not much. I just want to see Iowa State just get a win, honestly.
All right, well, let's push it forward then. Let's push it forward. And we're gonna go ahead and pivot and slide to the West region. And we got 12 seed Colorado State facing number 4 seed Maryland. Oh boy, I'm so excited for this game because, man, go ahead, Moss. Go ahead, talk to him, man. Go ahead, talk to him.
Yeah. I'm done with this game because I picked Memphis. Nothing against Memphis. I think with them winning a championship, great season, but this Colorado State team is a serious 12 seed. They could actually probably be a 10 seed, but I like them at the 12 because they got Maryland coming in. Not to their place, but they're playing Maryland. So the fact that Colorado State got the bigs to play too, this might be that 12 that could take on like the George Masons of the world. I'm going with Maryland. I'm still picking Maryland. I'm going to take your Big Ten squad to get the win, but I'm telling you, this Colorado State team is a team that's going to play from the jump ball, and they're going to go to that fourth, to that clock say 0.
Man, listen, man. Colorado State got a dog on their team. He had a bad shooting game today, but he still played a good game. You know, Moss, we hoopers, bro. You can shoot bad in the game and you can still affect the game. Bro, Nick Clifford still affected the game, bro. He stuffed the stat sheet. He had 14, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. You know what I mean? That's on 3 for 13 shooting. Like, what we talking about? You know what I mean? Hey, and when that's your leading guy, he averaged 19, 9 rebounds, and 4.5 assists. So at the guard position, that's not no small feat, bro. That's not no small feat. So when I sit there and say, yeah, he might have had a bad game, and I like this Maryland team, though. You feel me? But when you got a dude like that on your team, it makes everybody around him better. So, but like you said, I'm still taking Maryland, man. I think Derek Queen, the Reese kid, and then all the 4 or 5 guards they rotate, bro. I think it's too much of a problem for them. I don't think they got enough talent on their team to even do nothing with Maryland. But I think the game is going to be competitive, though. I think it's going to be like that little 6, 7, 8-ish area all game. They're going to probably make a run, get down to 1, and then Maryland going to stretch it out to 10. You know what I mean? Something like that. Like, that's what I could see in this game because
Mhm.
When I look at a man child like Derek Queen, man, he's a man child. 15 rebounds, big boards today. You
Yeah.
know, 12 points. He ain't lead the team in scoring. That was Julian Reese. And then you got other guys. You got all the other guys that they rotate. All almost touch really 10 points for real. They all let's just say they all touch 10 points. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a well balanced team, bro. You're not seeing one guy having to lead the charge. One guy can be off, and you can have four other guys on.
That's
So
very good.
it's a problem, bro. It's a problem, bro. Maryland's a problem, bro. That the whole March Madness bracket is gonna have to be reckoning if they see Maryland on the other side of the bracket. You know what I mean?
If I'm not mistaken, they won that first game by like think about like 30 or something, didn't
What first game? Who?
they?
That was
Against
the first game for Maryland.
Yeah, against Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh,
won.
you said how much did they win it by?
Yeah, they won by about 30, didn't they?
Yeah, the score right there. Oh, I ain't put the score in. My
No, you
bad.
good. I
My
remember
bad.
like they won it by about 30. Like
I'm
so
saying my bad to the viewers though.
I
Boss
didn't
B.
yeah, I didn't get a chance to like really watch them, but just a few of the highlights I seen watching the fast break. I'm like, this Maryland team you spoke on, they going, and I think they're gonna definitely be a problem. I think that'd be more of a problem, let's say, than the Iowa State team. And just think Maryland's the
Oh,
number
for
number
sure.
four.
Without a doubt. You ain't
Maryland, yeah, Maryland number four, Iowa State three. So, then we'll get to those teams and the rankings, but
Hey, but like what you were saying, they're more of a problem than the Iowa State team. Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely, I
yeah,
absolutely 100% agree with that. Like, I would much rather play Iowa State right now than I would want to play Maryland. You know, it's a problem. That whole team is a problem, bro.
yeah, definitely.
But let's go ahead and twist around. We about to go ahead and twist around. We stay in the same region, man. We got the showdown coming between Arkansas, St. John's. We got Cal versus Patino. Everything everybody wanted. Everybody know this is one of the matchups we really wanted to see, man. We want to see these legendary coaches go up against each other. Man,
Against
what you feel about hey Moss? This matchup got me the littest out of all the second round
those
matchups,
second
bro.
round matchups, man.
Yeah, oh God.
Kyle versus Ricky P. I mean, you're talking about two legendary coaches first and foremost. You're talking about March Madness. You're talking about Kyle, who just came off of a game against another legendary coach and Bill Self. And then he got to go play against Rick Pitino the second round. You got Arkansas, you got St. John's, you got 240 tip off. You might want to be there to watch this one because I think this one could get ugly in a way of just how good of a game, and everybody know what I mean when I say that. Just a banger, banger on top of bangers. I'm going with St. John's. It's going to be it was a tough pick for me. I think R.J. Lewis. I can't remember the R.J. Lewis and Scott, with them hitting some tough shots to start the game when St. John's needed buckets to loosen up that defense. I think that made a difference. And with RJ overall having a phenomenal game, just his shooting ability and to be able to play that defense that St. John's did to bear down in that second half and just run away and do numerous things in that game as we've seen. And this Arkansas team, talking about a scrappy team, man. They're gonna go, they're gonna play, they have nothing to lose. And you're talking about a great team. Calipari has done a great job. This is second year, 10th seed in the tournament, have them in a position nobody would even thought they would be in, first and foremost. But they continued to fight throughout the year, battle tested, and I think they're in a position to even win this game. So I have St. John's, but don't think that Coach Kyle can have them boys ready, have them with their puppy set, and playing a
I'm
certain
ready
type
for
of
sure.
defense. Because this Arkansas team, they can play defense, and we got to remember what Coach Ricky P said. If this is Kyle, and we miss shots like that, we get beat by 30. We don't win by 30. So that's something to think about as this game nears and we get to that tip off in the first few minutes. See how that game goes.
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Uh, I think St. John's about to wipe the floor with this Arkansas team.
Mm,
And listen to me though. I love Coach Cal. He one of my favorite. He like one of my favoriteest coaches that's still doing it like right now. That's in the game for real. You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
But I know Coach Cal. I know his weakness. You know what I'm saying? He real great at player development because he give his players freedom. He gonna let you play, and then when you come to that sideline, he gonna teach you about that moment, or y'all gonna watch film about that moment. But it's like I seen so many errors in that game today against Kansas that made that game even more closer than it should have been. And I don't think you got them type of mistakes that you can make against St. John's because they picking you up at full court. Like DJ Wagner, the other boy, they got some length though over there too at Arkansas, and they take a lot of bad shots. Like I seen a lot, but that's this is the all this is all about the development of Coach Cal too though. Like that's why I be saying like
Yeah.
I would much rather like you like we be in the chat, you like who need to win more. I like really neither. All right, Patino got a championship. Coach Cal gonna always go down and known as one of the best player developers ever. Like, and then I sent all the players he sent to the NBA. You feel me? And I just feel like, bruh, like they made some bonehead mistakes though.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
even at the end, like when Flan, the guard Flan, he really wasn't even supposed to play as much as he did today, but he did. And they had him taking the ball out at the end of the game. They had to use 2 timeouts back to back because they couldn't inbound the ball. I'm like, man, did you not know you could run the baseline? He ain't even move.
Yeah.
Bro, run the baseline, bro. You can get the ball in, bro. Anytime you can run the baseline, you should always be able to get the ball in. I don't care where you at. You know what I mean? Because
Yep.
it's you basically playing. They playing 5-on-4, but at the end of the day, bro, you cannot tell me they're going to be able to sit in front of you for 5 seconds. You got to draw something up, bro. But like I said, bro, Patino gonna come with his game plan, which we know they're gonna play defense. So I'm not really worried about if they have an off game shooting or nothing because they're gonna create turnovers always. They're gonna turn up the pressure always.
Yeah.
And I thought Bill Self is the only reason why Kansas was in that game. So when you match up with a coach that really know X's and O's, and I don't think that's Calipari's strength. I
Yeah.
think he can. He's a good coach. Don't get it twisted. He's a better recruiter though than anything. But when you match up with a coach like Patino, bro, he gonna X and O you.
Yeah.
And like Bill Self sat in that zone in the second half, and they ain't know what the hell to do. Like they were just passing the ball. It get down to 12 seconds. Now somebody got to make a play, and everybody playing out of control. So I don't know, man. I don't see Arkansas. I don't see no type of way they can win this game, bro. But I think it's gonna be a great game, though. I think St. John's might win by 10, 15 points. But I think just the whole Patino versus Calipari, the whole atmosphere, like Calipari said, they should have had this game in Rep Arena. It would have been crazy.
Super crazy.
And really, I mean, you ain't got nothing else to say about that game because we could move right down to the next game,
Nah,
and the
you
winner,
good.
hey, the winner of that game gonna meet the winner of this game. You feel me? So
Yeah.
we rolling how we rolling. We got number 11, Drake. We got number 11, Drake, versus number 3, Texas Tech, man, at 6:10 p.m. tomorrow. What you got? What you got for me in this game, Mosby?
And I got a shooter by the name of B. Sturts. And I'm not talking about uh just somebody that's out there. This Sturts, man. If the world don't know, they finally figured out who he was. And he's been on a streak lately, averaging 24.1. So when you're talking about getting hot at the right time, he's coming off 24-point games and then 21 to start the tournament. So, the field goal percentage in between those games looking very good, but his 3-point percentage has increased by the game. Shot 100% in that first tournament game. So I think going 8 for 11, I think Sturts is due for a 30-point game. So in this one, even though I got Texas Tech, if they let Sturch get hot, I think we gonna really see something special in this game tomorrow. If he have about 15 to 20 before the half is over, I think we in for something sweet because that's where that March Madness start when it comes to those players scoring buckets. Even though I got Texas Tech topping, I just think they a little too strong defensively, and when they get
Hey,
that ball,
hey, you talking about Sturts like he Curry? Is he Curry?
man, listen, if you leave that hand down, man down, that boy can
Ooh,
shoot
I
that.
love hand down,
You
man.
you say shoot the leather off that thing, I'm gonna just say hand down, man down.
Yes, sir.
Call the
Ski.
cops because he robbing the place. So I just feel that good about him. But you're talking about a player he's played for a few years. You know, he's the leader of that team.
Yeah,
Um,
that
been
matters.
there. You know, he's done that. We're talking about a team with 30 plus wins as well. So
Facts.
they're not just some team that's going to come in and lay off easy. They're going to come, they're going to play. And a lot of these higher seeds has won their tournaments. They've won their conference, and they're coming in with at least 24 to 30 wins. So we got to worry about those teams. And if you ask me, would it be an upset? Yeah, 11-3, but Texas Tech, I've been watching them these last couple games as well. If Toppin get loose, it could get scary for Drake. I'm gonna just say that he hasn't gotten loose yet.
Hey, listen, man. Drake.
It ain't
Hey,
playing.
we talk about Drake. Hey, I don't even remember Soulja Boy's meme, man. When I hear Drake, you know what I'm saying? Like we
Bro,
talk about Drake, you know what I mean? But listen, man, they played a hell of a game, man. I ain't gonna cap on them, man. You know them 11-6 seeds, that 12-5, even them 13-4s is tricky, man. So we usually see one, maybe two out of each group. You feel me? So man, they ain't messing with Texas Tech. With all that being said, Texas Tech about to blast them, bro. We talking about a whole different type of team, bro. Texas Tech got a little bit of everything, and I ain't gonna lie to you, Texas Tech didn't look all that well against UNC Wilmington, but man, I just seen a dude on that court for Texas Tech, and then I seen other dudes that was wings, and I was just like, bro, they're long, they're kind of lengthy, but they got a dude too, though. Like, I think that's just gonna be too much for Drake, bro.
yeah.
And when Drake got that dub, I just didn't see nobody challenging for real on defense as well. You know, they run that tricky offense too, though. Like that whole little like kind of 4 out, you pass it, then you set the back screens and that dude pop, and then you got the pick coming out on the top, and then he popping though. Like that whole offense is kind of tricky to me. You know, that's kind of like that's like a new school Princeton style offense to me. So
It's a Princeton mixed with Sacramento Kings.
yeah, you know what I'm saying, bro. You got to create whole new words to create these offensive names for real nowadays because they're mixed with something else, and you see different actions off a different like type of time periods of offenses when you create these new offenses. So it is a tricky offense, but the athlete. I'm taking the athletes 95% of the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking the athletes. So I gotta go with Texas Tech. You know, I have to. Drake gonna have to do it again. Drake, you gotta do it again against Kendrick. Hey man, we about to pivot to the East region, man. We got number 9 Baylor going up against number 1 Duke, man. This game is to be announced about what time it's going to be played and when it's going to be played. So, what you got for me right now on this one?
I'm gonna just say Knipple. I like Knipple. I know everybody talk about Cooper Flag being a guy, being the one to do what he do, but me myself, I like Knipple. Talking about a 6'7". I mean, he could play 1, 2, 3, 4. Defense is crazy. Cooper Flag, we know you're not hurt, bro. You got right within them few days. You ain't hurt. If you are, hopefully you get a little bit better. But from what I seen, you looking good in the hood to me. And the way Duke plays a team, I don't know, man. They're gonna be a tough out for anybody. It's good to see Baylor, you know, getting that tough win that they got in that first round. But I think this Duke is a different beast. I know Baylor felt a certain way years ago that they could get a team like Duke then, but I don't know. Cooper Flag, Duke, the way they play as a team. And one thing I keyed in on is when they brought the bench in. Well, they got shooters, man. They shot the leather off that thing. They shot better than the starters. And
Man,
your
so
boy,
I'm
CJ
sorry.
Foster, man, my fault. CJ Foster. If he averages 12 points, I think Duke can definitely get to the championship. So he's the key too.
Man, so one thing I was saying earlier, um, and I'm sorry that you missed this string because I really wanted to hear your insight on this too.
Was
I think that Duke is one of them teams that they play a certain amount of guys, but I think they are deeper than they actually play the guys. Because their top end talent is so high that why would you play 10, 11 guys if you know your top 7 is NBA dudes for sure? But the other 2 or 3 dudes that's on the bench that's sitting right there waiting will be great college basketball players.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It's like that's why I didn't understand why they played Cooper today. I was confused. I was like, bro, why are y'all playing Cooper?
I thought that was,
Because
yeah.
the extra rest, I mean, it's like a day or two in between the games. Bro, sit him down, bro. Let him listen, that's the type of dude you just drop. You just drop in the bucket right there, whoop, and he just get his little 17, 8 rebounds and four assists and 2 blocks. You just throw him in the bucket though. You know what I mean? You need everybody else to do what they do. He gonna shoot efficiently because he know if he ain't making jump shots because he 2 weeks rusty, he know how to get to the line. You know what I mean? He know how to get to the line, get himself in a rhythm. He a different type of dude, bro.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm saying. So, man, this Duke team is prime, bro. I think they about to wash Baylor. And I like Baylor.
Yeah.
Like BJ Edgecombe, I talked about him earlier. He a projected lottery pick, and I don't even think he the best player on the team. So it's a lot of stuff going on. They draft you off of potential in the NBA for real. And really, I've always said this too. The college game is like no other thing. It's not like high school. It's not like NBA. I think if you put high school guys on a regulation NBA court, it's going to look like AAU basketball. If you put college guys on a regulation NBA court, it's still going to be the same thing because it's the same rules that they're playing with, and it's not updated. They need to update it to like NBA like type rules. NBA rules and high school rules is kind of almost like more of the same to me. But I think that what happens in college too is that these coaches be wanting to run these systems and they don't want to just let guys go. They so much in charge that you gotta let guys go. Guys get let go in high school. Guys get let go in the pros. You rarely see guys really get let go in the pro. Excuse me, in the college game. I remember back in the days where I used to see like OJ Mayo and Mike Beasley's of the worlds, and you see them type of guys get let go, but why you ain't see other certain guys get let go? I know I'm pretty sure we can all think of a guy that we was like, damn, if they would have just let that guy go, he probably would have did something outrageous, and who would you say? Name one player you would say just from your time. I think mine might be who would mine be, bro? It's a couple guys. Oh, AJ Harris, for instance. AJ Harris, the player at Ohio State, 5'9", out of Dayton Dunbar, lefty, got super go though. I never thought he was a Ohio State kid because I think he was too small for the Big Ten. But that's how skilled he was. Even though he was 5'9", he was probably really 5'8", 5'9". He was but he was so cold though. But like a guy like that, if you're gonna recruit him and he 5'9", and you gonna play him, let him go.
Let him go. Yeah.
See what he gonna do. You feel me? Why else would you recruit him? You feel, don't put no strings attached to him. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what he gonna do. And that's what I mean by that. Like you got too many guys out here that got strings attached, bro. Let him go.
Yeah. Like I admit, it just makes me keep thinking. I can't think of no one like right off.
That's just because I put you on the spot. I guarantee you're gonna have to tap into the stream the next time. You're gonna have to be like this person, that person. Yeah.
One person, like I don't know, like you make me think about players from Ohio State because, like, I feel like some players had players that was there with them, which I don't know if that's what kept them, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna keep that one in mind and have that for you. I'm gonna have that answer for you because I don't want to say the wrong thing because I have one in mind, but I don't want to. I know it was a lot of players surrounding, but I'm gonna go ahead and say the Buckeye that I liked, and we hooped a few times, man. I think if they would have let Brian Brown go and do his thing earlier in the year, I think Ohio State would have had a national championship.
Hey, Boss B, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to all the viewers too, man. I'm over here tripping because my girl just brought up a water gun to me and said it's full. You know what I mean? This is the thing. She brought the water gun. She was like, it's full. Hey, she said it's full. Hey, she was ready to spray me down. Hey, come get your water gun, girl. Get off. Hey, let me stream, man. She already messed. She played too much, bro. She played too much. That's her problem, bro. She played goddamn too much, bro. Hey, I love it. I'm here for all of it, though, man.
All the smoke,
man. Man, I was listening though, bro. But she was over there while you were talking. She was like, "It's full." Hey, if she ever spray your stream, bro?
Yeah, that's why your screen went blank. You thought you was about to get it.
Nah, that was partially the reason. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, but man, let's go ahead and keep on pushing it forward, man. I had to tell the people that story, man, because that was funny, man. We in the East region. We got number 6 seed BYU, Wisconsin, number 3 seed. That's tomorrow at 7:45 p.m. Hey, listen, you know, BYU made it out of that game with VCU. I thought they looked real impressive, 80-71. Wisconsin made it out of that game with Montana, 85-66. I didn't think that game was really close. How you feel about this matchup, though, between BYU and Wisconsin?
I like BYU. I got BYU winning. BYU has been battle tested on the low, and people haven't really paid much attention. Again, Wisconsin ranked 3, Michigan ranked 5. Michigan came back, double digit deficit in the second half. Why are they ranked 3? I have no clue why, but that's talk for a later discussion. Maybe BYU is about to let us know. So I'm going with BYU. Not only that being a reason, if you think about when they got the news of getting the number 1 recruit, AJ is what I'm gonna call him.
AJ, the Basta or something like that.
Bonster, yeah, the Bonster. I love you, bro. No offense to your name. I'm gonna make sure I get you right as soon as we come on the next stream. But since your name been called, and I love what you're doing, you're coming to BYU. You're the top overall player in the nation. You come to BYU. They beat Kansas. They beat Arizona. After all this was said, they was on the winning streak, and then they're number 6 seed in this tournament. I got BYU winning, and they could do some things, man, because the way things are stacking up in this old bracket here, you just don't know because you got other teams down there. I just don't think that could really beat this BYU team if they get there. BYU for the win.
Man, I'm going Wisconsin, man. You got to slow down a little bit, man. They got John Tonji and John Blackwell, man. That's one of the best backcourt duos in the country, and that's why they got a 3 seed because one thing you know about when you meet a Wisconsin team is that they're gonna be steady. They're not gonna beat themselves. They're gonna play discipline. They're gonna be playing fundamental, and they usually it's like I don't know if you remember seeing this in the chat, but the Purdue's and the Wisconsins, they homegrown their talent. They recruit them out of high school. That's like one of the places that NIL don't really affect teams like that because they get you into a system. You already under recruited, but they done got their scouting department so cold and so copacetic that it's just like, oh, they identify. That's what I'll be talking about, identifying talent. And it's not just about identifying talent. Identify the talent that fits your program. You know what I mean? And they always identify it. Like they always do, bro. And I never know how they be always having good teams, but I came to a conclusion years back. I was like, bro, they see something in the kid, they grow them. They might not play their freshman year unless they're a little more highly recruited than what they usually get. They might be like low, mid-star, 4-star players, but it might be a 6'10" big that can shoot the three that just box out well. You know what I'm saying? And they just know how to grow it and grow it and grow it. But all their dudes always stay on campus for freshman, sophomore, junior year. That's why they're always good. So I will never out Wisconsin in a tournament style bracket because it's just like when you meet Columbus City schools versus the OCC school in Columbus. You know, it's just like that. Oh, them dudes been playing with each other over there since they was in elementary or middle school. And our dudes, shit, we just put in for the lottery. We be like, oh, I seen him. He a baller. I just want to go play with him. You know, ain't no chemistry involved. All the chemistry matters though. That chemistry stuff matters. So I'm taking Wisconsin, man. I like BYU though. That boy, is it Demon? It might be Demon. I think that boy Demon, that 6'9" boy they got.
Yeah,
man, no, it's Demon. It's DEMIN. He's 6'9", and he's a problem. What year is he? Matter of fact, I gotta look this up.
Barry said, "What's up? Hope you are well. Best regards. We appreciate you tuning in and watching, Barry. Same to you as well. Best regards. Getting our talk on Level Up Sports, Tim Mossberg and FanDuel Zaya about all the great games that we have coming up tomorrow. We are talking about the BYU Wisconsin. Let us know your thoughts in the chat if you have any thoughts on any of the games that you see well in the scroll.
We notice you.
Appreciate you as well.
And that is his name, though. Just to tap back into what I was saying, though. That boy Edgar Demon, he out of Russia. He played professional basketball already. So this ain't really an issue for him. Really, he just trying to find his efficiency and stuff. Yeah. And he's just a freshman. I hope he come back next year and play with AJ. Because now, if you match that up next year, oh my God, it's gonna be crazy.
Why you think AJ coming to BYU? I think he coming to change the culture, change the landscape, but shh.
Well, I think he's coming to BYU because of NIL. It ain't nothing can change my mind about that. He coming to BYU because of NIL. Yeah, that's a good team though. That's a good team. I think they got one senior. Yeah. So, I mean, you might be onto something too with that. So I don't know. You know, he said there are still some perfect brackets left. Can you go over that? I think 200. We don't really. I'm not. I'm gonna speak for myself, Barry.
Nah, go ahead. Go to the next one. I'm about to check it as you're doing that.
Yeah, I'm just speaking for myself though on his comment though. I don't know about the perfect brackets. I really don't think that anybody we know get perfect bracket. I think it's always just somebody random. It's just like the lottery, bro. So yeah. I don't think there's nobody around us that get perfect brackets. I can't speak about perfect brackets. It's probably somebody in Idaho that got the perfect bracket that probably don't even watch sports. It's probably a girl. It's probably a woman that don't watch sports and just decided to do it. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about it. It's like the lottery. Perfect brackets is hard to come across, bro. You can study sports all day, every day, and still not ever be able to get a perfect bracket. Even though you know everything about every team, you will not get a perfect bracket, bro. It's like some luck stuff. So that's just how I feel.
Yeah,
You can
it's
tell me how you feel.
yeah, it's crazy. Like that's how I look at it as I mean, if you literally can handpick every team to the T, like that's a great job. Like I can't fault you for not, or anything, but that's just something that happen. If it happens, it happens.
That
Type.
sounds like insider trading information to me.
Yeah,
Let's put it that simple. For me, at least. Like, that sounds like insider trading. That's what that sounds like.
crazy.
Hey man, we're gonna keep it pushing forward though. Me and Moss B, we going crazy. Hey man, Level Up Sports 10, FanDuel Zaya. Always tap into the WTP Sports Dude podcast, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share, man. We cannot say it enough, man. We doing this for free, man. But we doing it for y'all. So it's all love. We don't want nothing but a like, comment, subscribe, or share, man. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one. Moss B. We right here. Where we at? We just did BYU. Okay, we at number 7 seed St. Mary's versus number 2 seed Bama. Hey, we got another SEC team on the docket. I think it's gonna go down, but I want to hear from you first, man. What's up?
He said, "Which one seed has a tougher game next, Florida or Houston?"
Hold on. We gonna get into that. We gonna get
We
into
got
that.
you. We got you coming.
Yeah, we
I
got.
got actually in this game, this Bama and St. Mary's game. We got you coming, Barry. It's crazy because Bama out of all the 2 seeds, even top teams, Bama haven't. They didn't look good. Like I feel Bama could have lost the game if they would have missed some shots, but I actually have Bama advancing in this one. If St. Mary's get hot, it could be scary. St. Mary's came back, and some teams, when they come back, they can bring that momentum into that next game. And Alabama seem to be the usual suspects. They just score. We know Alabama gonna put up some points. That's one thing for sure. That's
We do know that.
guaranteed. They gonna score, but we got to see them put multiple defensive stops together. So they don't want to get into a running match with a shooting team. And like you said, St. Mary's can do what, as they call it, FanDuel, shoot the leather off
the ball.
Seeing how they was in and out. So this could be a game where they could drop. And if they drop it in a game like this, as we know, in the next round, as you move, the realm get bigger and bigger for some players. So if all they need to do is see one drop. And if Bama's not careful, they could take a lump. But I got them winning in this one.
So my problem with Bama, man, is that I think on the defensive end, bro, they not as solid as they was earlier or earlier on in the season, man. And we know what Mark Sears is, bro. We know what he is, bro. He's a bucket, bro. And I don't think he necessarily shot the ball well today, but sometimes when you don't shoot the ball, you figure out a way to get to the line. He found a way to get to the line all game. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like he had Big Cliff involved. That's why he had a double today. You know what I mean? But we already knew he was one of the best players, best guards, period, in the whole tournament. We talked about him. You know what I mean? Just go to the channel. If you out here and you watching, go to the channel, man. We done talked about this team before. And one thing we understand about Bama is that if Mark Sears have an off game, they can get got. And I feel like it might be a problem with St. Mary's because they slow the game down so much that is he going to be able to even get them attempts up? Is he and still get his other guys involved? I don't know, bro. Like I can see St. Mary's upsetting Alabama. That's pretty much what I'm saying. I can pretty much see them upsetting. And matter of fact, I'm taking St. Mary's over Bama, even though that's not. I don't got neither one of these teams in my Final Four. Let's just say that. But at this juncture of what I've seen, I can see St. Mary's upsetting Alabama because I think they can slow Mark Sears down. I think they can slow him down just by the way they play. They play so methodical. Like when you play a team like St. Mary's, you got to make everything the most of. You got to make all the most out of your possessions when you play them. Because you're not getting as many possessions and as many shot attempts up when you play a team like that versus a team that like to play at a moderate pace or a fast pace. So you have to make the most out of your possessions, and I just think mistakes is going to be key when they play them. Who going to make the most mistakes? And I don't see St. Mary's making them. So I'm gonna take St. Mary's in that Bama versus St. Mary's matchup, man.
All right, let's
can go ahead. No, we can go ahead and go to Barry too. We can go
ask
ahead and
you
go
a
to Barry.
question. He said, which one seed has a tougher game, Florida or Houston? Man, Florida got UConn. Houston has Gonzaga. I think that's a question. I think we all know the answer to that. I'm going with the Florida game. They're going against the national championship. I mean, the defending champs back to back. So, I mean, we can't think that number 9 seed in UConn is a slouch, man. Like, UConn is going to come to play. They feeling disrespected. Even though I got Florida myself winning, I personally picked Florida to win. I thought very heavy with the game against UConn. I almost picked UConn, but Florida, I just think they come in with a different showstopper in way they play from the wing. I think their wing is more solidified, more consistent than the way I forget the name of it. Flanagan, I forget his name, but he's playing for UConn. So I'm going with Florida. Even though it's a tougher out, I'm still taking Florida over UConn. But I think they have the tougher game.
Man, listen, I ain't gonna lie to you. I was real impressed with the kid Ball today. I thought he did what he was supposed to come out there and do today, man. He did his thing for UConn. But if I just isolate the games and I gotta talk about who I think could win the game at the lower seed, it's clearly Gonzaga. Bro, the way they move the ball is a whole different level, like of any not any. Let me rearrange my words.
Who do you think have the tougher game, Florida or Houston?
Houston. That's why I said Gonzaga. So Gonzaga moved the ball, and they're more comfortable with their teammates. Their teammates. I feel like their chemistry as a team is way more comfortable than any team I seen play today, and that's just how I feel because the boy Ike, however you say his name, the big boy in the middle, that's their best player. He didn't even have his greatest game today. But they got Nembhard. Nembhard controls the game. Even though he turned the ball over a little bit today, I still felt like, and he was in a little bit of foul trouble, I still felt like he controlled that whole game. That's why you see everybody in their lineup with over 10 points. He the type of dude, he had 3 points and like 9 assists, I think, or something crazy like that. He the type of dude that you just send out there, he the coach on the floor, and he just make sure everybody doing what they supposed to be doing. Like in the first half, he got into that little bit of foul trouble. Like I said, they let him pick up 3 though. They sent him back into the game, and he picked up that 4th foul kind of early, and the coach sent him right back in. But they trusted him, and I was just like, "Man, okay, all right, that makes sense, all right." And what'd he do? He ain't foul out for the rest of the game. You know what I mean? He already had 4 fouls. That just showed me a cerebral player. And it was times where he was driving to the cup or whatnot. It was times where he was driving to the cup or whatnot. And I was like, oh, they setting up for a charge. They was trying to get him in foul trouble because they know he is the key to that team, bro. He probably might be the best point guard in the country. I'm not going to lie to you. Like pure point guard. We talking about classic point guards. He might be one of the best. Him, I like the dude from St. Mary's. I'm just talking about pure point guards. Them are 2 different guys. Like they can't be replaced, bro, for their teams, bro. Like if you had an MVP award, like how the NBA do. We're not talking about National Player of the Year when you got 12 different awards. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about a real MVP award. Like them is two guys. I'll be like, man, they might deserve some consideration, bro.
I like him. I don't know. I think that Florida game is more difficult.
I respect your opinion. Like I said.
Back to back. I think Houston about to roll over Gonzaga. I just think Houston, they too powerful, man. I think you're talking about a team that's really, they earned that 1 seed, a team that people really haven't talked about until late in the season. I just think that Houston is coming in with a chip on their shoulder just because of certain things like that. Nothing against Gonzaga. I mean, great tournament team. I just think at an 8 seed, I mean, really can't look at the seedings, but as they got it as it coming in as an 8, I think Houston is feeling like, oh, they talking like they gonna really do something like that top seed. Let's go in and go crazy. So I think
And that's cool. That's bulletin board material.
yeah,
That is cool. You be like, hey, if I'm Zaga, I'll be like, hey, listen, this is what we got up on the board. This is what we got up on the deck. They don't think we're gonna win. We're gonna go to Vegas. What the spread look like? What the money line is? Who betting? How many? What's the percentage? Hey, they don't think we're gonna win. Go out there, play loose and free. You ain't got nothing to lose.
What's your thoughts on the next one? Got
So with the next one, 8 seed. Oh no, we move. Oh, you clicking it. That's why I'm messing up.
my bad.
The Midwest region, we got 12 McNeese versus number 4 Purdue. That's an early game too. I'm probably not gonna be able to tap into that game, man. That McNeese team is feisty though. But how you feel about it? Yo, you want me to go in on it first? So McNeese, man, they like I said, they scrappy, bro. I ain't see them. I did not see them before that Clemson game, and man, they can cause some problems for a team like Purdue because of the athletes that they got. Like they got like everybody that's on the court is athletes. So, man, I got Purdue in my Final Four, man. I'm just being upfront. Go check my bracket. You a part of the group. You can check my bracket. I ain't capping on live. I got Purdue in my Final Four because nobody can stop Fahman Ren. He didn't had 20 points out of his last 14 out of 16 games. Nobody can stop him. It was the same problem that High Point had with him. And yeah, I know High Point is High Point. That's not a Power 5 school, but he did the same thing to the Big Ten. And that's the problem. Braden Smith don't turn the ball over. They get the ball to the Fahman Ren, and they slow the game down just like a Wisconsin would do, just like a St. Mary's would do. And they're just hard to beat because they're efficient. They don't turn the ball over, and they shoot threes. They hit timely threes. So, man, but if it's any team that can make Purdue speed up, it's this feisty McNeese team, and that's what I'm nervous about. Like, are they going to make them speed up, or can Purdue play that game? And that's where the difference is going to be made at.
Yeah, I got Purdue winning. I think it's a game. You're talking about McNeese. I really watched this team over the course of just the last few weeks. And if I would have seen a video prior to the tournament, I would have probably picked McNeese to go to the Sweet 16. So the Big Ten got to be careful. They're a 12 seed. I know what 12 seeds do. They normally at least try to make their appearance to that Sweet 16. And I think this is a tough game for Purdue. Like you said, they could slow Purdue down. But Purdue likes to slow it down, but they could speed them up as well. And if Purdue want to slow it down, that's fine with McNeese. They just get after it defensively and speed the ball game up. So I think Purdue got to pick their poison. They got to hit shots, and they got to make sure that they don't let McNeese get any breathing room, any momentum. I think on McNeese side, I think it fares in their favor, and it could be big for Purdue's just their effort. That crowd noise could definitely affect it. So I got Purdue winning, but McNeese is definitely a team to watch because they can hit you in waves. It don't matter who score. They play differently. And that 124, I think they got that dunk. He looking like Jetta's, man. Looking like Jetta's little brother or something, man. Shout out to you,
quick view. Who you think will win out of Purdue and Houston?
I'm still going Houston.
Yeah, you got time to change your pick too, though.
Houston,
I just said quick view.
Ain't no change. Houston is really like that. Them boys different. They come.
You got them in your Final Four,
and they play. They can actually play that whole squad, bro.
Do you got them in your Final Four?
I can't tell everybody.
Oh, hey, it's public knowledge.
Public knowledge.
Yeah, public knowledge.
Go check my bracket.
Man, you crazy, dog. You
We in the same bracket group. We're in the same bracket group. I've been peeping your brackets. I'm in fourth right
I'm
now.
not gonna tell your pick. If you don't want me to tell the public your pick,
I can't.
I'm gonna tell the
honestly
public.
can't. I honestly can't remember. I think I do. Let me see.
Oh, you don't remember? Okay, that's
Florida,
something different. You don't even
Florida Duke,
remember. You
Florida
probably felt
Duke,
like 10
Michigan
brackets.
State. Nah, Florida Duke, Michigan State, and Houston.
I had who I had. Let's just finish this, man. I'll tell you. Matter of fact, I'll tell y'all now. I had
St. John's,
Duke. I had Duke.
Houston.
I had Purdue, Creighton, and St. John's.
Yeah, I got Houston, Florida. Nah, my bad. Houston, Florida, Duke, and who? Oh, Sparty.
Hey, so listen. This is the 2 first round games I was not able to catch out of all the first round games. I was not able to catch these first round games. Brody. We had number 7 seed. Oh, my bad. We in the Midwest region still. So we had the number 7 seed UCLA and the number 2 seed Tennessee. How you feel about these 2 teams, man? I was able to catch like Tennessee and UCLA during the season, but I was not able to catch any of this tournament game. So
Tennessee about to roll them over like a pig in a blanket. I mean, that's just it. Tennessee is a lot healthier. They're hitting, and Ziegler, he's playing a point guard. That's probably a great showing, just my opinion based on what we want to see out of point guards, especially just to start the tournament off. But UCLA, they're not going to just roll over either. They're going to come out. They don't have nothing to lose. They're a 7 seed. So it's not like they just didn't get picked late in the tournament. They got picked early out of these seeds. So we got to respect that as well. But I think Tennessee is just too much, all around, especially down low for UCLA. And this is another one of those matchups that we definitely going to keep an eye on conference-wise, for sure.
Man, listen. This is the SEC versus the Big Ten.
There you go.
I need the Big Ten to scrape these bums. Hey, man, stop playing with them, man. Hey, I ain't even playing. Man, listen. Bro, I don't care. UCLA better come out there and play their best game of the year, dog. That's how I feel. No, come out there and play your best game. But listen, Tennessee is the better team. Don't get it twisted. They got the better player, and I think they're the better overall team. Lanier is all world. You know what I mean? I think he's an All-American. It might be second or third team, but he's an All-American, say the less. You feel me?
Sure.
But man, come on, UCLA. I need this one for the Big Ten. So I'm just gonna say UCLA because I'm rooting for the goddamn Big Ten, man. That's what I'm rooting for. The Big Ten got to come out here and get that dub for me, man. Listen, and I said it on stream. I said it on wax. I think UCLA gonna win the game. I said it on stream. I said it on wax.
Yo, Big Ten, y'all better get a win for y'all, man, because he be in the chat heavy talking that Big Ten.
No, I don't. I said the truth. I tell the truth.
What I mean by talking that Big Ten, because y'all know when they be on here, WTP Sports Dudes, FanDuel, City League TV, y'all know it's Big Ten versus SEC and Parlay Pope Big Ten. So y'all know he be getting.
Oh well, we can't forget about you. You ACC. It's SEC Big Ten versus ACC.
Right.
It go all the way around the board.
Yeah, it switched with the football. So the crazy thing, I be tripping because he be like SEC.
And you be wanting to say that.
I be wanting to say. I be like, man, let me stay over here, man, until my Seminoles get in that SEC or something, man. Hopefully. But
hey, you just created a whole joke for me, man. You better stay out of the chat for a few days, so let me forget it.
Shout out to Big Blue Nation with the big win tonight, man. Shout out to Big Blue Nation, man. Keep doing what it do, man. Keep.
Hey, I mean that game final. We can. I mean, I wanted to review the.
No, you good. You good. We ain't got to review. I'm just shouting out Big Blue Nation, man. Just shout out.
That game was on when we hopped on stream.
Yeah,
And I
also,
want to
man,
be able to go back and watch it. I just want to go back and watch it so I can give the viewers what I really think about it.
yeah.
Because
Shout out,
I record everything.
right. Shout out to Westerville North, Ohio state champs. They got that state championship, man. Shout out to Westerville
Mm.
North T Perkins, Coach
Mm.
T out there, Coach Corbin. Shout out to you guys out there doing your thing. And I believe we got that Reynoldsburg
But
Olentangy banger tomorrow afternoon. So definitely,
and I will be in the building.
definitely, man. Shout out to those players, coaches, respective teams, all across Ohio, even all across the world, man. Playing high school basketball.
I'm
So
low key thinking about live streaming it on the channel, man. I'm gonna get with WTP tomorrow.
just let us know, man. I don't see why not. I think you should be good once you go up there. I think you should be good. Check with T1. T1 should know more, but I think we might.
Man, I will stream it because I don't think it's gonna be fully packed.
Right.
So I will just stream it from how I did it in them regional girl games, and just bring it to the TV just so people could tap in and really actually see what the hell really going on. You know what I mean? Because
Right.
it ain't nowhere else you can catch it unless you in the building. It ain't nowhere. I already looked it up. You know what I mean? It's nowhere. You got to be in the building. You got to take that trip to Dayton. If you're in Columbus, if you're in Dayton, you got to buy that ticket. If you anywhere else, you just got to be tapped in.
Yeah, got you. Reno State Championships back to the city, man. Schottenstein Center. We need that action. Much love coming from the city. Anything else you got to say to him before I take
Man,
this out?
all I know is we just brought another banger back to y'all, man. I just want to give a special shout out to everybody that be tuned in, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hey, I brought my main man here with the late night action. We're gonna have to start doing these once a week for real, man, because they super official. And I know they love how we coming with it. And we got a whole group of people that probably be up late nights like this too. And we got to get them that type of same energy we give our morning people, man. So we gotta probably schedule these one a week. Usually most people work first shift, but more to come. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say that more to come, man. Hey, special shout out to Level Up Sports 10. Go to like, comment, subscribe, share. Parlay Po, we ain't gonna never forget about you. T1, aka the man of many hats, and Mr. Somebody Else. You know what I mean? So you know how we coming, man. Hey, you know what we like to say to the people, man.
Hold on. As we before we get out of here too, make sure we appreciate you tuning in too, Barry. First time seeing you in here. Appreciate the comments as well. So make sure every time you get that notification, man, you tap in, man. We appreciate all the questions, and we got you on that. Like you said, FanDuel, as we always do to the people, man. We hit them with the peace signs. Ain't no dubs.